Hey everyone, welcome back to Conscious Reality, where mind meets matter and all of your conscious thoughts are exposed. I am your host, Cherie. So great to be back. I literally just did a reading for you all. I have another two videos being posted today. It's crazy because I kind of didn't want to do a reading today, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start out with my reading, and my reading literally just kind of confirmed everything I want to say in this video. So make sure you watch both because they literally are going hand in hand. Okay, I took some notes. Today we're gonna talk about trauma and healing. Here's my notes, everyone. And then they're of course all over the place because I just be jotting my thoughts, so bear with me as we get through them. Okay, so I want to talk about today. I woke up feeling a little bit on the heavier side. I've been having some very intense dreams lately. I know you all who have been with me for a minute know I talked about stopping smoking weed, and so when you smoke, your mind can get a little cluttered, right? All of my dreams have been coming in crystal fucking clear, and so crystal clear that when I wake up, I really am starting to remember them so vividly now that I can like take my time to process and write them down. I'm not like jotting them down in my dream journal, so I can take my time to process my dreams while I'm writing them down. And the dream I found myself in these past couple days, honestly, it was just, one night it was like, okay, interesting, but okay, I can move past it, move past it, move past it. But last night was a nightmare for me. And I woke up feeling very heavy. It was a very emotional dream. It was attached to people in my life who caused heavy traumas in my life. From a relationship aspect, it's even hard to say. I was in a very abusive physically and mentally and emotionally relationships, so that kind of came back into my reality. But what it showed me was, I woke up and I'm sitting here and I'm like freaking out, right? And I'm just like, I start to let the emotions come in so quick, which is why I say watch my other video, because we talk about that, letting your emotions come in quick and not using your logic to help maneuver and help you deter and move through the situation, right? So I let my emotions come in, and I'm feeling so emotional. I'm like, what is going on here? Why did I dream about this? And then within that dream, it brought up like certain old friendships and old people I had to let go, and then they were back too. So I'm like, okay, whoa, spirit, what are you trying to show me? What is going on? And so I just kind of want to throw a couple of things out there about just trauma and healing from it. My Aquarius side doesn't like dealing with emotions. I'm not an emotional person. I do not like really dealing with feelings and being involved in it. But then Lord and behold, my Cancer moon is one of the most emotional signs of the zodiac. Cancers, we get overly emotional, and sometimes we like to replay these situations over and over, because we haven't really healed, obviously. So we're replaying these situations over and over in our head, and we tend to get over emotional. So it was just me having to realize, like, okay, it's something here that I miss. And I went and I was like, okay, well, let me just connect with spirit and try to get a little bit more clear downloads on my dream, and let me help to try to easy up and lighten up my day, because I didn't want to go forth with my day with that dream heavy on my mental. So, I went into meditation, and when I tell you, I just started crying like a little baby. Spent most of my morning crying. I as the aqua in me literally like pushed back my trauma because I didn't want to deal with it. You know, like, oh, I'm a big tough cookie and I don't like to cry and I don't like to show emotions, and emotions is a sign of weakness and blah, 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 blah. You know, and that Cancer in me was just like, no, you gonna deal with this today, bitch. Like, it just pretty much brought up everything and all of these emotions and feelings and things I need to heal from. So, with that being said, I kind of want to hit on a couple things. Realizing that everything happened for you and not to you. So, me going through these traumatic situations, you know, I have to realize, and I had to realize that if it wasn't for these traumatic situations, I wouldn't be where I am today. Just emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally. It's helped me to grow so much and to realize my strength. Right? Realize my strength, and pressure makes diamonds. Pressure makes perfect. The pressure I had to go through ease me and push me further along on my spiritual journey and on my healing journey, and it made me be able to be a vessel for spirit to use me, for me to speak and to help heal you all and help be there for you on your journey. So I had to realize that it was happening for me and not to me. That's like a big hidden key aspect. It's just you have to change your perspective on the situation, right? I had to change it from this woe is me, like, oh my gosh, spirit, why are you putting me through this again, to okay, you know what, let me use my logic to maneuver through my emotions to actually get the bigger picture and get to the key point of this situation. And what it was, like I said, my aqua pushed it back, and you know, my Cancer in me started bringing up those emotions like, no, you need to heal, because at elevation, the more and more you elevate, the more you have to clean, the more you have to clear out. So, you know, it was like those hidden shadow aspects I've hid about my trauma was coming to the forefront for me to heal. So I had to realize that this dream was here to help me. It wasn't happening to me. It's here to help me, right? So it's me changing that perspective, right? And then realizing that like I mentioned in the other video about what was I talking about, oh, like how you attract everything, how everything is like a reflection of you. In the video I talked about reflection, realizing that it was an agreement of both parties. So even if for me, you know, very traumatic situation, me having to realize that that person happened, you know, that before we came down here was that soul contract, you know, that we at some point in time we both agreed to let these situations happen so that we could grow. And you know, we're just playing out these like karmic roles, even though we may not have had the karma in this life, in some previous life, you know, like it was, you know, it's probably me just clearing it out, you know what I'm saying? So knowing that, okay, as some type in way of form, I've agreed for this to happen, even if my like human body and mind doesn't remember, somewhere deep down inside my subconscious, it's like, okay, I get it, I resonate with that, it resonates with that. So, and then realizing too that it had to be traumatic for that other person in order to play out that role too, you know, because not everyone likes, like I talked about, you know, you being a good person and a villain, you know, it all goes hand in hand in each of our relationships. We're either the villain or a good person, and you know, you're never just always going to be the good guy. Sometimes you're going to be the villain in someone's story. Sometimes it happens. So whether you're on each side of the spectrum, I put here just to not have judgment and forgiveness. No judgment and forgiveness. No judgment for either you being the hurtful one, and no judgment if you were the one who had to hurt someone. And it comes with just acceptance. Don't judge the situation, change your perspective. You know what I'm saying? You know, that pressure makes perfect. That pressure creates those diamonds in the rough, so that diamond can just be beautiful and shining, and now could just help inspire others. So that came with just accepting, right? Accepting that this happened for me and not to me. Accepting that this was in my soul agreement and I had to go through this, and accepting everything that came with it and came from this situation, instead of fighting it, instead of crying about it, instead of sitting here with this woe is me attitude. Accepting and totally changing my perspective on it. Because once I started to accept it and realize that this happened for me and not to me, my heart began to get lighter. And my heart began to expand. And it was like, as I started to realize that when I was meditating, that, okay, this situation and this dream happened for me to go even deeper and heal. Okay. And then I had to jump back to the situation at hand and why that happened in the first place. So me having to accept that too, accepting the dream and then accepting the full situation, I pushed back. And it was just like, it gave me an opportunity to heal even deeper. Just realizing, okay, I had to go through this in order to still continue to be the light and be the love that I am. I had to experience that because it made me so much stronger. It made me who I am. And now it made me be able to be a blessing. And now Spirit can fully work through me because I can share light on someone else who's going through the same situation, or someone who went through this situation and who hasn't healed yet. So me realizing that I had to change my perspective. I had to change my viewpoint. I had to change my emotions. I had to change how I felt. I had to change everything about it and to be able to understand it better. Sometimes when we're so close and we're right involved in a situation, the emotions could come in heavy. They come in quick. They come in fast. You can't see the bigger picture because as humans, we're so close, right? The situation's right here and you're right here in the middle of it all. And it's like the further and further the situation gets, and the longer that time comes, and that time helps create that distance, right? So that time creates that distance between the moment that situation happens. So now with that distance coming into play, you can start to begin to use your logic and to think and change your perspective because you are having the time, and that you now have that the energy and the space and the distance to create that. Right? So you have that time now to change your perspective. You have that time now because you're being pushed further away from the situation and from that specific timeline to see the bigger picture. You're being pushed more into a different direction. And you're like, you know what? With you being pushed more into your heart, with you healing, you understand why you had to go why you had to go through that. You know what I'm saying? Even as like hurtful it may have been at that current time, you realize it was just a blessing in disguise. It was just a blessing in disguise. Yeah, so you just moving back from, being able to push further where, when you get further away from those emotions, just realizing it was a blessing in disguise. It happened for you and not to you. And then that brings up my final thing I want to say is nurturing and being able to care for yourself. I think it's very important for you to have a very good support system and people around you in your corner to support you when you're feeling down. With you always being a light in someone else's life, some days you need for someone who's gonna be there, who's gonna bring that light back to you when you need, right? So since we're all so strong and we're never really sitting there with our handouts, we're usually the ones who's always giving to others. So with you always giving to others, it can be kind of hard sometimes to have that genuine support system. So you have to nurture yourself. You have to have those around you in your corner who want to nurture you as well. You have to build that strong support system of people who genuinely, literally love you from their heart. They don't want anything from you. They're not trying to change you. They're not trying to force you into being this person that they want you to be. They're not, sometimes for me it gets even more damaging because sometimes I have no one to, especially with my family, if, I'm trying to tell them, oh, I had to deal with this situation and here they go making a joke out of it. Like, my abuse and me getting my ass beat is not a joke. Like certain mental situations that I had to deal with that, like, people who I all right, clearly my phone is running out of space again, so I'm gonna wrap this up quickly. But yeah, I had to realize it and just change my circle. I literally went through like a whole thing of, within my dream too, it was just a lot of the people who were giving me the evil eyes, like on my social media was being brought up front. A lot of personal things that, personal family members in the forefront who were giving me the evil eye was brought up front. So just kind of really protect your space, protect your energy, protect your circle. Have people who give you that genuine love and support and just accept you for you, and clearing out your circle, clearing out your energy field, blocking people, kind of cutting certain people off from certain situations, not discussing your emotional aspects and emotional traumas with certain people who love to turn around and throw it in your face when they get mad at you. You know what I'm saying? So having those people who can give you that nurture, and just as much as you can nurture yourself and nurture others, like it's very important to have that relationship where you both can benefit from each other, right? And just where you can inspire, and just use your trauma experience, and once you can realize why you had to go through what you went through and that it happened for you and not to you, you can change your perspective and you can heal. And then as you heal, you can then help to be to like help to begin to heal others who went through what you went through, or others who are going through something similar, or you just speaking your truth and speaking about your situation, you're helping to help heal others. And others is like, what, if this person could still be so happy and bright and beautiful and loving and caring and moving from their heart chakra, even though they went through the most traumatic situation, so can I. So just being that inspiration to others, sharing your light, sharing your love, sharing your experiences, sharing your growth. It's just, being that person to just let others know that it's okay. It's okay to be down and out. It's okay that you went through these situations, but change your perspective and you can change your heart. So I will, I guess hurry up and wrap that up. Oh, one more thing too. And in regards to healing, hopefully my thingy doesn't cut off on me. You have to find a way that's where you can release the energy that works very well for your, where you can release the traumas that works very well for your energy, right? Like I said earlier, my aqua side is like emotions are weak. My Cancer heals very well from crying. So I wasn't accepting the duality within me because I didn't accept my own energy, which is to be a crier. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't releasing in the way that I needed to release, and here I am just holding on to this trauma and holding on to these like traumatic situations and the energy that's just literally hurting me, because I thought in one part of my mind I'm feeling that as being weak, but I'm not accepting the full version of me, which is in a way that which I need to let go. Like I will work out a lot and I'll find myself in the gym, and especially during that traumatic situation I had mentioned about, when that happened, I went extra hard in the gym. That's how my Aquarius side was healing, but I was ignoring my emotional aspect. So think about it too. My Aquarius is a masculine, my Cancer is feminine. That goes back into the reading right before this one. I suggest you all watch that too. It's me not balancing that duality within me. I didn't have my own energies within me balanced. My masculine and my feminine energies within myself was not balanced because I'm too busy pushing on my masculine side. I'm ignoring my feminine. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to just have my masculine just be masculine in the whole area of my life, not realizing that it's some feminine energy in me that I have to learn how to work with and maneuver and learn how to release. So, it just, you got to learn your energies and what energies that you are holding in your body and how, like, it's best for you to release. So, water signs, we could be big crybabies. Fire signs, you may want to fight some shit, punch some shit, you know what I'm saying? You may notice that people with fire in their chart want to be boxers or something. The earth signs may love to get grounded and go out in nature. Air signs, we love to talk about it. Oh, so that's another thing too. Like I talked about it a lot with my Aquarius masculine energy, but I wasn't talking about it with the people who actually gave me the nurturing and care that I needed for me to heal properly. Why? Because in certain situations they turn around and threw it in my face. You know what I'm saying? So, I didn't have that correct support system that was just genuine and had my overall good well-being of my heart and of me and my energy. So that's another thing too. On that note, I hope this helped. So learn your energy, learn how to maneuver through it, and you'll be great. You'll be great. Keep healing and keep digging deep inside to get all that muck out. Right? Clean your energy, clean your aura, clean your space. You can do it. I believe in you. I love you. I trust in you. Trust in yourself. Trust in the Most High that you are being divinely guided and that everything is happening for you and not to you. Okay? So until next time, it was such a pleasure. Much love from me to you. Keep your blessings and your vibrations up so high. Keep that love in your life and keep on your healing process, and then go out to inspire like the badass that you are. Okay? I love you. Much love. Bye.